Welcome back to the Daily Spread. Today's Wednesday, March 22nd, which I just realized I need to fix in the title. Oh, no, I have that right. Okay, today's the 22nd. For some reason, I thought it was the 21st, but that was yesterday. Okay, there's actually quite a bit of news to get to today. Truth be told, it was going to be Brady Trantham to do the show today, but he had an unexpected interview with the Thunder, or a Thunder player potentially, and so obviously he had to jump on that. If you're not aware, I'm Chris Ross. This is the Daily Spread, brought to you by the Land-Grant Gauntlet. You can check us out on Twitter, _LGG, Facebook, which if you're watching this, you're probably aware of, but it's slash or backslash or whatever slash. It's one of them. Land-Grant Gauntlet, pretty simple. And then the website, of course, landgrantgauntlet.com. So definitely check that out. Hit the like button, hit the share button, huge help to us. Definitely love to see that. And if you're watching this later on YouTube, hit the subscribe button, follow us. You'll catch all of these and more content there on YouTube here. We have some pretty cool stuff planned out for it, so definitely give that a look. Okay. So yesterday, we got our shirts in. I showed you that. I'll pull one up here again, right here. Actually, I really love the way these turned out. The quality is fantastic. We do all our t-shirt sales through Game Day Depot. Great company. They handle all the transactions. They handle the customer service. We're not an e-commerce store. That's never what we intended to be, but they are, and they do it very well, and so we're very happy to partner with them and kind of give the best shopping experience you guys can have, because us doing it nothing would be on time, unfortunately. They also come in ladies, but my wife has already stolen her shirt back, so I can't show that today. But they do come in ladies. All of our shirts do, even if they don't show a picture of the women's, it's a V-neck. The option is available for you to select, and you can order the print in the ladies, so that's very cool. Alright, a lot of news to get to today. We like to keep these short, as you guys probably know by now, so I'll just hop in right here. And as you know, before I hop in, as you guys know, I'm trying to, this is very new, so we're kind of playing with the format. I'm doing a little bit different today with my notes, so bear with me a second. But in case you missed it yesterday, there's a great article up on the site, and it goes through Oklahoma's schedule and looking forward to their 2017 schedule and what expectations should be. I talked a lot about this yesterday, so I'll just kind of gloss over it today. Honestly, it's going to come to their Big 12 road schedule is tough. They get Oklahoma State in Stillwater. They get Kansas State in Manhattan. It's going to be tough. And this sounds weird, but they get Kansas at Kansas, and for some reason that can be a tough game for people. Kansas is improving, so don't get me wrong. I love the Jayhawks, but we know who they are, and they know who they are. But at home they seem to be a different team, so could be. And then they get Baylor on the road. That should be a win for them, but who knows what to expect out of Baylor at this point? So could be. It could be they have the talent to have a special season. Questions at receiver, running back, linebacker, I believe, that they'll have to address. But they have a tough road schedule, and Ohio State on the road. So I don't know. I don't know. Could be a special year, but they definitely will have quite a few tests on their schedule there. Okay. We talked about that yesterday, so like I said, won't spend too much time on that today. Gundy, this is pretty cool, by newsok.com. Of course, all these links we'll have on the post after the show, so definitely on the website there, landgrantgauntlet.com. So definitely check those out. Newsok, they asked Gundy, or Gundy was asked, I don't know if it was an open press conference, but Gundy was asked about what he thought about Brad Underwood leaving. And we don't talk a lot of basketball news on the site itself, but here we kind of get into other just general Big 12 news or general football news, because it's fun to talk about, and that's what we're here to do. So, anyway, he said, quote unquote, "I was stunned and shocked, but not surprised." I'm not sure what that means, but I mean, okay. I kind of get what he's saying. The wording is a little weird, but I get what he's saying. He's basically saying that, yeah, he's surprised, or I shouldn't say surprised. He's shocked that the Underwood left because he thought, like everybody did, he was the Oklahoma State guy for the future. But he's not surprised in the way that this is what coaching is. This is big time athletics. You know, you got to follow the money and that kind of thing. Kind of interesting word choice, but kind of funny, I thought. Anywho, other than that, he just says that, you know, but he doesn't really have a hand in the basketball hire there, and Oklahoma State will do what they do, and they will bring in a coach they feel is worthy. But I thought it was a kind of a cool take, you know, look at what Gundy's thoughts are. You know, he's an Oklahoma State guy through and through, so transcends a little bit more of just him being the football coach because he is just at heart an Oklahoma State guy. Now this is, moving on to the next thing we got. Texas quarterback Matthew Merrick. He's a third-string guy, or he was the third-string guy. He's decided to focus on academics, and if you heard, we have a weekly meeting, us and the staff, and last night we were talking, and I misspelled academics, and it was incredibly embarrassing, and they gave me a hard time, and Brady was supposed to be on today to make fun of me for it, but he's not, so we'll just move on. But it is fixed now. Wow. I don't know what happened. Yesterday it was a tough day. I was really tired. I didn't get a lot of sleep, so we'll just move on. Mistakes happen, guys. I mean, they just do. And we try to fix them as quickly as we can and own up to them because we're not here to, you know, hide anything. We make mistakes. And, you know, all we can do is fix them and learn from them and move forward. It's not a big deal. Especially just, it's a spelling error. Who cares? I mean, it's funny because it's academics, but okay, like I said, let's just move on. This is really cool. This came out, or I caught attention of it earlier this morning with Jon Gruden talking about Patrick Mahomes. You know, he does the Gruden's QB camp. He had Patrick Mahomes on, and he was talking about it with another ESPN personality, and he basically had a lot of praise for Mahomes. And he said that he called, I'll just read it off here. He said, he can do a lot. My opinion is what it is. But I know I speak for a lot of people. He's the most interesting guy in this draft. He has tremendous ability. You don't make throws like he's making unless you have a lot of great stuff. And he goes on to point out one of the greatest throws he's ever seen, if not the greatest throw he has ever seen. And it came against Louisiana Tech. We have the highlights on the post of that whole game. I mean, that game is quintessential Patrick Mahomes. You look at the highlights, and even the incomplete passes are just incredible. We're talking about like 60-yard bombs that he seems to just unload in a blink of an eye. Like, it's like nothing for him, and they're just dead on the money. And the receiver, I mean, they drop a few, but the throw itself is just incredible. And that throw Gruden is talking about, Mahomes gets flushed out to the left, there, so he's throwing across his body, and I don't know exactly the yardage for the play, I didn't look it up, but he's about the 44-yard line and throws it about 10 yards deep, 11 yards deep into the end zone. So you do the math, it's, around a 55-yard pass in the air across his body, and again, it just looks effortless, like he just he just does it. He sees it and he just does it, and he doesn't have to think about it. He doesn't have to wind it up. He has to put everything into it. He just unloads it, and it's dead on the money, and is an incredible pass. Most of the passes from that game are, you can check out all the highlights. It's just unbelievable. There's just a laser dart before that he throws, and he just threads the needle. And I think anybody, if you've watched Patrick Mahomes, you have to be impressed with him. I mean, I've said this before. I thoroughly believe that when he's healthy, he's the best quarterback. He was the best quarterback in the Big 12. Baker Mayfield, all the credit to him and everything he's done. Well deserved of, I thought he passed Mahomes last year, but that was largely because Mahomes played a large part of last year injured, and never really got fully healthy back until the end, and that kind of hampered his stats. But still, just what this kid does, it's incredible. I mean, he does have things to work on, like Gruden points out. He needs to learn how to take a snap under center. he's got to learn to speak vocally on the field, communicate with his guys and take snaps and that kind of thing, because a lot of that in the spread systems in the Big 12 is nonverbal. It's they have the signs on the sidelines. They either look offense or the clap or that kind of thing. So a lot of those things he'll have to learn to transition to, but clearly he's a special talent. And just go watch the video. It's just unbelievable, some of those passes. I was watching it this morning, and I saw him live. It's not like anything I haven't seen before, but just if you haven't seen it before or it's been some time since you've seen it, it just blows you away. Like he gets a lot of credit for his legs, but his arm, he's a baseball kid. He grew up in a baseball family around professional athletes, and his arm is just amazing. And hopefully he does very, very well in the draft there. Okay. Moving on. Campus Insiders, which is a cool little site. They have a lot of video clips and that kind of thing. Let me pull it up wherever I put that. They have the top returning linebackers for the Big 12 up, and I think it's actually a pretty good list. I agree with a lot of it. Number one is someone's name I'm going to butcher because I just do, and it's Trevin Howard at TCU. They have him number one. They have, oh my gosh, I know the name, but I can't think of it. I'm going to really screw this one up. Okay. He's from Oklahoma. You'll have to click the link, read his name. And then Chad Whitener at Oklahoma State, number 3. Malik Jefferson, number 4 at Texas. And then Taylor Young at Baylor, number 5 to close out their list. But they have the write-up there. It's really, really cool. Kind of a position. We were talking about this. It's hard when you start getting to guys on the line or the defense, like linebackers, stuff like that. There's not a lot of stats around everything that they bring to the table. And so reading write-ups for these guys, we always like to share that because I think that's great for the fans to kind of get an idea of those positions. It's not all about running backs, receivers, and quarterbacks. There's more positions on the field, and they should definitely get that attention. So that's really cool by Campus Insiders. We'll have that linked on the post. Definitely check that out. Share your thoughts, and let us know. What do you think about Mahomes? Was he the best quarterback in the Big 12? I don't know. Do you agree with Campus Insiders' list there? Let us know who's your favorite returning linebacker. And who knows, make a solid point, make an argument. We'll give you a shout out and talk about it and everything. And, that's what we want to do. That's what we want to hear. So definitely share your opinions or just say hi, that kind of thing. I think we got a couple more things here. It's a little bit, kind of a lot of news today. TCU is just destroying the NIT tournament. They are doing very well. I think they won by like 20 points or something. Yeah, they dispatched Richmond 86-68 in the quarterfinals there, the equivalent of the Elite Eight in the NIT. And this is after they knocked off the number 1 seed in their bracket. I believe that was maybe Iowa. I have it right here. Hey, look at that. I planned ahead. It was Iowa. Okay. And so now they are in the equivalent of the Final Four, the semifinals there in the NIT, where they will face the winner of Illinois and UCF, which plays tonight. So they'll face the winner there. Definitely TCU on a roll, which kind of begs the question, is it better to go deep into the NIT or to be one and done in the, or not even one and done, lose the first round of the tournament? Which is better? I mean, on one hand, these kids are getting a lot of tournament experience, and no, it's not the big dance, but it is a tournament. There is, pressure to win. They'll be going to Madison Square Gardens to play in the semifinals. So, no, I don't know. Which is better? Which do you think? Is it better to earn that kind of experience, or is it better to kind of at least see what the tournament is and all the excitement around that? I don't know. I think there's a valid argument for either one there. Let us know your thoughts. Let me. Couple of last interesting things here we got for today. Last tidbits. Kind of outside the Big 12, but just college football and kind of just something to pay attention to. Sorry, someone just drove my window very creepily, so that was weird. I do this out of my office, and I have the window that faces the street here. Okay. Little outside news of the Big 12. It's kind of interesting recruiting, but CBS reported this earlier today, and I'm sure others have, we're jumping on it as we speak. But Lane Kiffin is being sued by a father of a recruit that signed with, was it FAU that they're at? Golly, I just blanked. I think it is. Yeah, FAU. Okay. Signed with FAU, but Kiffin didn't follow through with giving him a job that was promised. It seems like in favor of, having this kid sign with FAU, and that's huge news. Now, it's alleged and everything, but, he did take this step to go to court for it, so it's kind of interesting. He claims that, I guess he had some legal issues in his background, but they were resolved, and FAU never responded to him, and they dropped everything at Lane Kiffin's word, at his promise that he had the job, which I guess was a $40,000 a year job to work with the receivers. But anyway, his family, they quit their jobs, they pick up, they move, and no job. So now he is suing FAU and Lane Kiffin, and that should be interesting just to watch, what comes of that, because that's a fairly common tactic in recruiting worlds we see, where family members are promised jobs or that kind of thing, and it's really hard to prove that. But when you have a father out here, filing a lawsuit, that's probably worst case scenario if you're FAU, because you don't want anything to come out about that. It'll be interesting. We'll see if that just kind of gets settled outside of court there. But it definitely has to pique the interest of the NCAA at this point, right? Especially with Kiffin's background. And, who knows? Like, on the flip side of that, this could literally be just a shakedown, because Kiffin does have a background, and there are people that will take advantage of that, unfortunately. So, I don't want to say, it is all very alleged. You have to let the courts kind of take their path, but kind of something interesting to watch. And then last but not least, we have a very weird interview by Coach Tom Herman. Or not interview, he's welcoming, it's an announcement by Tom Herman where he's welcoming the students to an open practice, a student appreciation day, and it's awkward. The words that are coming out, they sound like they should be a good thing. He's welcoming students, thanking them for their for coming to the games and making Texas what it is. But Tom Herman is an intense guy. This is delivered with, he sounds just pissed off. It's like, thank you. We want you to come out here. It's like, oh my gosh. It's a very confusing video. Like, do you want us to come? I don't know. If you're a student, it's just kind of funny because it's just awkward. And we have that up there, and we will close the show with that today. Like I said, a little bit of news to get to. It's kind of a fun show. Brady was supposed to be on. Give him a hard time on Twitter. It's Brady Does Sports. So definitely reach out to him and make fun of him for not being on today, because he was supposed to, or he was supposed to make fun of me for misspelling academics. But he I understand it. When you have an interview or a possible interview with the Thunder, you definitely want to take that. Okay, so definitely one last time, check out our shirts. You can click on LandGrantGauntlet.com. There's a little shop button. We have all our shirts. There's something for everybody. We will keep adding more as it goes on, as we go on. And give us a follow on Twitter, _LGG, Facebook, which you should hopefully know that if you're watching this, / Land Grant Gauntlet. And then on YouTube. We're on YouTube. The link's there on the website. We don't have enough followers to give us our own, cool name there, but we'll get there. So, definitely hit the subscribe button so we can get that done. That's a huge help for us. If you like it, hit the thumbs up button, hit the like button. If you love it, share it. If you don't like it, tell us why, and we will we'll try to work on it. All right, thanks, guys. We will see you tomorrow. I'm Chris Ross. This has been the Daily Spread on Wednesday, the 22nd. Have a good one.